Okay, so we're gonna be finishing Kureha's route today. Yay! The birdies are behind me. Yumi and Sekai. So yeah. When I woke up, I expected him to be there. Kureha? But he was gone. I opened the curtain, searching the nurse's office, but he was nowhere to be found. Instead... I still don't trust you completely. Cause you don't have a sprite. You don't have a sprite, so I don't know if you can. Oh, you do have a sprite, but you're not designed, so I don't know if you can be trusted. Sorry, I'm resting for so long, but I'm fine now. Thank you. Do you know where Kureha went? I don't believe that. Kureha will wait for us. Uh-huh. Why would he go there alone? Thank you. I better follow him. I quickly thank him and hurry out of the nurse's office. He's gonna do something to the paper. I thought I heard the boy say something as I left, but I didn't have time to turn around and ask him. I reached the library and rushed over to the round table. There, in the table's center, was the gap of an open hatch leading down. It looks like stairs, but darkness veiled the view. For a moment, I hesitated. I need to be brave. Kureha is down there. With resolve, I steeled myself and began descending down the stairs. Initially, I thought the stairs were too dark to go down, but a faint light guided me to their base. Kureha! I called out to him, hoping he'd hear me, yet the darkness gave no reply. Is he really down here? As I neared the light, I emerged into a small, open area. Yo! Kureha! In front of an ominous altar stood Kureha, silent and still. That's a lot of swords, just saying. Why did you come here alone? That's reckless. I was so worried when I woke up. No, something's not right. He doesn't have the eye shine. There was no color in Kureha's eyes. It was as though he didn't see me, lost in some kind of daze. Kureha, what's wrong? Talking about the past, huh? The phrase sounded eerily familiar. No, that rumor wasn't true. Kureha, please get a hold of yourself. I reached out for his arm, but his gaze stayed vacant, fixed on something distant. It seems Kureha recognized this place. Then it hit me. His memory. Could this place hold the memories of how Kureha died? Is there a reason you came here? Kureha didn't reply, his eyes still wandering. He's lost. I should get him out of here. I tugged on Kureha's arm, preparing to leave. Oni-san? Hold on. Hinagiku. Hina. So Kureha was also a servant. No. Kureha might have been like a samurai, but... From the darkness appeared the boy from before. Hinagiku? What is he talking about? And is the sister the raft then? What are you talking about? Kureha, unresponsive until now, seems to react to that word. Huh? See, what did I say? Literally yesterday I said that he like killed everything to find like his sister or something. He knows Kureha's story? He knows Kureha's lost memory? Kureha collapsed, his head in his hand. I rushed to his side to help him up. Please, he's confused. Please, give him a moment. Me? Okay, never mind. I take it back. You are a good ghost. Okay, I'm sorry for doubting you. Why would he become a rat if he regains his memories? Well, I think it's pretty obvious, girl. I'm really like... I already know what's happening. Misa, step up. Kureha almost turned into a rat? I could hardly believe it. And so Hinagiku is the rat, and she's like following Kureha. No, his sister Hinagiku, she was murdered on this very spot, and Kureha saw it happen. I started to feel nauseous. The voice acting, oh. With that, Kureha reached for his sword. Kureha! I held his arm right as he grabbed his sword. He's turning into a rat? The rats in this world always fill my heart with fear. But seeing someone I care about turning into one brought a whole new kind of fear. Kureha! I tried to pull his arm as hard as I could, but Kureha continued to draw his sword. I had no choice but to jump on him. Ooh. Oh, there. Oh, the CG. Please, snap out of it. Don't do this. The fear that Kureha might turn his sword off. The fear that Kureha might turn his sword on me lingered, but my concern for him overweighted. Then I felt something warm emanating from the pocket of my uniform. The Khalifa flower petals. Are they having some effect right now? Encouraged by the petals' warm glow, I continued calling out to him. Kureha! Kureha! Please, listen to my voice. Look at me, please! Oh my god. The voice acting goes insane, mustn't. The raspy voice? Oh my god. Kureha, please, hear me. Despite my cries, my voice seems to not reach him. What should I do now? Please let me be closer to you. Then I thought I heard her voice. Please, Let me be close to you. Show me your memories. Oh! A kiss now, girl? Reaching out, I gently touched his skin, hoping my warmth would convey my emotion. I needed him to feel this warmth, to understand my love and concern for him. I love you, Kureha. I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to lose yourself. As I brushed against his cold lip, a rush of memories flooded into my mind. One day, my sister, Hinagu, the only family I had left, disappeared. Yeah, what about the boy? So is the boy not your brother? The Tsukigami estate. Hinagu worked there, and I would visit her every day. But that day, no matter how long I waited at the mansion gate, she never appeared. When I inquired with the rest of the staff there, they simply told me she never arrived, which meant Hinagu was missing. Police investigation were limited those days. Knowing I couldn't count on them, I resolved to find Hinagu on my own. Days passed without traces of her. With nowhere else to go, I once again headed to the Tsukigami estate. The estate seemed empty, gate locked, suggesting the staff was gone. Then I remembered. The event before Hinagu's disappearance. Yui Tsukigami also vanished, and Isao Tsukigami had gone mad, shutting himself off from the rest of the world. The fact Hinagu has gone missing at the same time, it all felt too coincidental. Compelled by suspicion, I broke into the mansion. Unlike the extravagant exterior, the inside was cluttered, filled with a dull, heavy atmosphere. I entered a room resembling a study and found a number of frightening materials scattered throughout the room. The Nation of Gods, Spirited Away Legends, Sacrificial Ceremony. In addition to the strange materials, were mountains upon mountains of handwritten notes. I wonder if the head of the house, Isao Tsukigami, believed his daughter was spirited away. At the least, that was the way it seemed. When I left the room, I heard a trembling sound, followed by a terrible scream. My body tensed up as I walked, searching for some kind of weapon. I noticed a sword hung on the wall, and took it with me before going to the source of the voice. When I arrived there, what I saw before me disgusted me. Hinagu was placed on the altar with her hands and legs tied up. Next to her was Isao Tsukigami. My voice trembled with rage. Hinagu looked as though she's been tortured, her face completely swollen. I drew the sword and ran towards Isao Tsukigami. Before I could reach him, a bullet pierced my gut. I crawled over to the sword I brought with me, but Isao Tsukigami got to it first. He had Hinagu sit atop the altar. At that moment, I thought of all the strange things I've seen in the library before. With Hinagu shaking, Isao Tsukigami slid his sword across her neck. And right in front of me. Her voice, gargled by blood in the moment. I lost the last member of my family. My sister, Hinagu, was gone. And so, my life also ended there as well. I think Kureha said memories, but I saw it to grow closer to him. Even now, it seems stuck in our shared consciousness. That voice. Wake up. And what should I say when I do? I was worried if I could support him the same way he needed me to. But either way, I needed to wake up. I wanted to be by Kureha's side. I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was Kureha's worried face. He looked away, head bowed. I reached out to him slowly, grazing his cheek with my fingers. Kureha. He quickly grabbed my hand, pressing it against his cheek. That's my line. It looks like you've woken up. I'm glad to see you back to your old self, though. Kureha frowned in pain as I smiled. It wasn't pitiful. Anyone might have reacted like that. Still, I was still at loss for words. God damn, the wind is really strong today. Not knowing what to say, I tried to stand up. It's okay. Thanks for bringing me here. I looked around to see Kureha had laid me atop the reception desk. Trying to get down, Kureha carried me and placed me gently on the floor. His protectiveness made me laugh. I didn't want to do that. You didn't have to do that. I'm fine, really. I'm sorry I looked without asking you first, but I'm fine. So I don't want you to worry. I said I'm fine. You don't have to. I don't have the same headache right now. I don't think I got the entire time I was looking at your memories either. After saying that, I pulled out a bag filled with Khalifa flower petals. I suppose I have these to thank for that. It seems like the Khalifa petals protected me. I opened the bag, but all the petals had withered and turned black. Kureha seems convinced and let out a long sigh of relief. Khalifa flowers can purify darkness, and I believe they help you too, Kureha. Seriously, thank goodness for these. I have to thank Seiya and Yui for them. Huh? Oh. That's right. I kissed Kureha then. It was rather uncharacteristically bold of me. I could have touched his skin anywhere. Well, I only kissed you because my voice couldn't reach you. The power of true love? He spoke so earnestly, I couldn't help but blush. Kureha took the bag of petals, scattered them over the reception counter. Maybe he wants me to keep them for what's ahead. That made me happy, but there's no need for that. No need for that now. Being able to help someone you love brings such joy, so you don't have to worry. Besides, I could protect Kureha too. Realizing that filled me with happiness, but then Kureha stopped laughing. I suddenly laughed.
頼りになるな。だが 俺自身しっかりしないとならない。それに俺は正気でいたい。お前への思いを失いたくないから。
He gently caressed my cheek. It was tickling yet comforting. Feeling his touch warmed my heart, and I felt myself blushing.
お前は本当に愛らしいな。
Yo, that bird feather. Hey, bird dust. Oh, I was like, the game is getting a bit too 3D. Like, I thought it was like like, the fire around him that like started animating. I was like, huh?
どうしてそんなに可愛いんだ。
Stuff it. I don't know what to say.
すまない。許して。
The sweetness of his words was something I wasn't sure I'd ever get used to. Wait, now's not the time for this. I gently moved his hand away from my cheek. I think you already noticed, but earlier I saw your memories, Kureha. Does this mean your memories has returned?
なあ、死の間際まで全て思い出せた。あの少年のおかげというべきか。
Kureha had long been searching for his memories, but he didn't seem very pleased. It was understandable though, given that those memories were... No one could be happy about that. Speaking of which, have you seen the boy?
わからないんだ。悪霊化しそうになってからは記憶が曖昧で、正気に戻れた時には消えていた。
I see. In my rush to restore Kureha's sanity, I missed everything else that was going on around me. But with what we knew now, from the way the boy talked, perhaps... I believe the boy might have been murdered before Hinagu was. I think he witnessed the events as a ghost. Kureha fell silent, lost in thought. Something else was bothering me too. Kureha had been inquired about his death among the school's other ghosts. Did he never talk to the boy before? About that boy... Why didn't he mention your sister, Hinagu, until now? I simply couldn't understand.
俺も同じように考えていた。
When he spoke at the underground altar,
あんたがそばにいたら、クレハさんは記憶を取り戻しても悪霊化しないかもしれない。ちゃんと記憶を受け止めて正気を保っていられるかもしれないんだ。
why would he become a rat if he regains his memory?
あの時、月神家で起きた事実を前にして悪霊が仕掛けたから。
Was it because I was by his side? Then? That was what I figured, but why was he acting so familiar with Kureha? He called Kureha brother. So are you sure you don't... Oh, wait. No, he said only family left. I don't know. From the way they interacted together, it seems like they knew each other well. Well, for now. I guess we won't know anymore until we talk to him. Kureha merely stared at a single point in the silence. I felt bad for interrupting him, but... Kureha, now that you've regained your memories, what about your regrets and crossing over? I don't know. I think what's more important right now is going to the mirror and talking to your sister, girl. Girl? Boy. I was really curious about that.
まだ整理がつかなくてな。今すぐとはいかなそうだ。
I guess that's understandable. You can always talk to me about how you feel. I really do want to be there for you. Oh, but I'm not trying to force you or anything. I'm just worried about you. I want you to know you can rely on me too.
ありがとう。俺自身寄り添ってほしいと思うのはお前しかいない。
The only one? That makes me so happy.
俺もいつまでもお前に寄り添うよ。この世界がうつしおに戻った後もな。言葉なくともずっとそばにいる。
Even if we can't speak? A sudden dread washed over me. What do you mean by that? Kureha looked at me with a deep longing in his eyes. I felt like I could read his thoughts from the glow. Are you planning to just say goodbye? But we promised we'll try to find a way to be together. I took a step towards him. Even if we can't touch, we'll find a way so I can still feel a presence. I grasped Kureha's collar with both my hands and looked at him. Kureha gazed downwards with sorrowful eyes as he gently stroked my head, trying to comfort me. I don't know, seems like that he was totally right, and I was lost for words. We finally opened our hearts to each other. We'd agreed we find a way to be together. My dreams for our future was shattered, leaving only deep feelings I have for him. I don't know, it seems like a bit of a skill issue. Senna could do it, so you can find a way, Kureha. Then we'll be together. You don't have to worry anymore, Kureha. I guess as soon as I said the words. It wasn't just me who was taken back by those words. Kureha was as well. If I die, and I'll be with you. Haha. I said it, but now I couldn't bring myself to answer him. I really loved Kureha that much. Kureha gently removed my hand from his collar and held it tightly. Mom, sis. Oh. Of course. It was a fitting way for Kureha to express his love for me, and I smiled in response, though I worry my smile would not appear genuine. Kureha led me by the hand as we stepped into the hallway. I left the library with the intention that... Damn. My memory liar. The wind is blowing on my curtain, which is why you hear the banging. 阿爸，你过来。嘿，飞豆，过来。飞豆，你什么时候在里面的？嗯？你什么时候在这边的？刚刚姐姐跟你玩球球是不是？嗯？飞豆，飞豆，去睡觉。等一下妈妈回来。不玩球了吗？ Anyway, the wind keeps blowing on my curtain, which is why you hear the banging, and then it like blew so much that it knocked over my air purifier. Go straight to Hinagiku. I paused and looked at Kureha. So that means the ref is... Kureha gazed downwards and slowly nodded. I tried to recall what I saw in Kureha's memories, trying to picture what Hinagiku might look like. She was wearing that kimono. Girl, I think... Misa, I'm sorry, but you're a bit slow. The image of Hinagiku and the ref wearing the same attire mirrors together in my mind. It really is her. I hadn't realized until now. The kimono had a very distinct design. The revelation was shocking to me. I wonder what made you forget her. I felt it in his memory how much he cared about her. Kureha's face showed a mix of confusion and anguish. If we met Hinagi-ku now, even if it goes well, after I return to the mortal realm, Kureha might continue to suffer. How could I forget my sister? I could almost hear him asking himself that. I can't go back to the mortal realm yet, not until this mystery is solved. Kureha, before we see Hinagi-ku, let's visit that boy. There's still some things we need to discuss with him. You might know more about why you lost your memory.
そこまでしなくていい。お前は関わらなくていいんだ。
Huh? Up until now, Kureha and I had always worked together. We relied on each other.
ひなきくとのことは俺の問題だ。だから、お前はうつしをえ。
Don't tell me what I need to do. The words just impulsively came true, but I couldn't hold back any longer. I know you're worried about me. I know that's why you want me to get back to the mortal realm quickly, but I'm just as worried about you. I don't want you to deal with your troubles on your own after I leave. And what if it happens again? I'm scared you might become a rat again. A tear slid down my face, proof of just how scared I was for the future. I don't want you to forget how much I love you. Upon hearing that, he drew me closer.
すまない。お前の気持ちを考えていなくて。俺がお前を思うように、お前は俺のことを思ってくれているんだ。
I'm glad you understand.
俺も嬉しい。お前の思いの深さを知れて。
Thank goodness. Relieved, I watched Kureha murmur.
一ついいか。ひなきくは俺の呼びかけに気づいてくれるだろうか。
His early warning to stay out of it made this question stir in my heart. I don't know too much about ghosts, but I steadied my thoughts, considering the possibility. Just as my love helped bring you back, maybe Hinagu will react to the sound of your voice. I hesitated to say more, not wanting to get his hopes up. I want to believe in miracles. I said naive.
そんなことはない。
After a warm smile, Kureha leaned in and whispered in my ear.
そうだな。お前の思いが俺を正気に戻してくれたように、俺もひなきくに。
In that moment, I saw a spark of hope in Kureha's eyes. I mean, I'm going to close my window because this wind is getting too insane. Dang!
ひなぎくのところへ行く前に、あの少年を探そう。ついてきてくれるな。
Of course I will. I won't leave your side as long as I'm here, Kureha.
ありがとう。本当に。お前の思いが心から嬉しい。お前と出会い、お前を愛せて、これ以上のことはない。お前に愛されたことは何よりも幸福だ。
He eased his embrace and I felt his cold lips on mine, a sensation that was unique to him. I'm happy too. The emotions I felt at that moment were profound. I'll never forget this moment, nor the love I have for him. As Misa and I navigated the school halls, my mind wandered to Hinaku. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you sooner. They said that when you turn into a rat, you lose yourself. I'm determined to bring you back, no matter the cost. Because I believe it's never done before. Just because it's never been done before, doesn't mean it can't be done. Misa's presence fills me with hope. Her love guides me. It lights the way. I couldn't bear the thought of us parting. Glancing around to ensure we were alone, I leaned and whispered to Misa. As I pulled back, she gazed up, her cheek a deep shade of red. She averted her eyes and whispered softly back to me. I love you too. To be loved by her, it was all I could ask for. To reveal the joy of the moment, her words deeply nestled my heart. No matter where we looked, we couldn't find the boy, and so we descended the stairs. Where can he be? We've looked everywhere. Kureha seemed deep in thought and didn't respond right away. Then a realization seemed to strike him, and he turned to me. I was taken aback by his suggestion. Do you think he might be in the mirror world? We avoided the central stair as we searched, knowing Hinagu was in the mirror. Passing by the mirror might trigger her curse, which was a risk we weren't willing to take. Let's go check it out. I grabbed his hand, but Kureha didn't budge. After everything, you're still saying this? Besides, I need to confront Hinagu to get her name anyways. Hinagu. Kureha hesitated briefly, then began to walk alongside me. Thank goodness. I couldn't handle being told to stay out of it again. He tightened his grip on my hand, and I held it back just as firmly. We're coming to an end now. With a heart full of tension, Kureha and I approached the mirror. Arriving at our destination left us stunned because... Ayo. The mirrors turned pitch black. What's happening? So because we trapped her in there, the darkness is even denser than before? Than normal? I imagined a thick darkness within and felt a chill running down my spine. I'm really scared. But I knew there was no going back now. Yes. I knew Hinagu might be on the other side. I still wish we'd spoken to the boy beforehand. I nodded, watching as Kureha stepped into the mirror. At a moment, I cautiously followed. Yeah, it looks fun here. Stepping into the mirror, it felt familiar. Yet, the air felt denser, likely due to Hinagiku's presence. According to Hibiki, the mirror would have been swallowed by the other realm, so we better be careful. Let's start looking for her. A voice echoed from behind the stairs, and I turned to see the boy we've been looking for. I quickly approached him. As we reached him, the boy bowed deeply. I like how the boy called us Onesa. How old are you, boy? He looked up, his eyes filled with remorse. I sensed his sincerity, and yet... I mean, he called you brother. Kureha's voice was wary as he questioned the boy. A ship? Just as the boy was about to continue, a wave of dizziness hit me, but thankfully Kureha was there to steady me. I I've known for a while now, but it seems like my time really is running short. Given my condition, we decided it's best to continue our conversation in the nurse's office. The screen is dirty.
時間がないんで端的に話すね。
Kureha gently laid me on the bed. The two of us stayed close by the bed. The two of them stayed close by my side. The boy then jumped right into discussing the detail of the divine invocation incident. As I mentioned before, Hinagiku and I both served the Tsukigami estate. Being around the same age, we often talked together at work. Most of the other servants were much older, making our connection unique. We could talk about anything together. Friendship came easy to us. Then Yui Tsukigami disappeared. Isao Tsukigami frantically searched for his lost daughter, gradually losing his mind as he did so. He seducted himself in his study. Other servants told us he was obsessed over stories of spiriting away. The other servants sensed a dark change in him and started resigning one by one. They made no sense. Eventually, we were all dismissed. Everyone except for Hinagiku and I. That is, we were left behind. We were imprisoned. I was an orphan and a live-in servant, which made me an easy target. Hinagiku had a brother, Kureha, but Isao knew her disappearance would be overlooked. Despite his madness, Isao Tsukigami remained a powerful man. He could sweep the disappearance of two young household staff away. On the day we were imprisoned, it seemed like any other day at work, but Hinagiku and I felt something was off. The absence of another servant was eerie. Although we dared not to question our master, given his unstable state, so we continued to work as we normally did. That's when Isao Tsukigami gave us a rather chilling order. I obeyed, not suspecting a thing. Who knew the room would become my prison? It was when it all began. While I was in prison, the days passed uneventfully. Luckily, Hinagiku's room was next to mine, so we could talk through the wall. We plotted our escape, but as the time went on, we heard more and more voices coming through the walls. Isao Tsukigami had imprisoned not only us, but a number of others too. At least he discovered he had kidnapped them. As days passed, things only grew more ominous. The first victim was Hinagiku. As for her, if you've regained your memories, Kureha, there's no need for me to elaborate. Soon after that, someone new was brought into Hinagiku's room. It wasn't her. I knew instantly. It was a man who kept muttering to himself. I feared I'd gone insane. What happened to Hinagiku? The question consumed me. I tried desperately, futilely, to hold on to my sanity. My time came soon after that. I was sacrificed in the ritual. Wait, what? So he didn't see what happened to Kureha. I thought Hinagiku was the last one. Well, I guess the last one didn't know. Then, as it goes, I was reunited with Hinagiku. Strangely, I was relieved to die. Given the circumstances, Tess seems mercy to me. With nothing to live for, I thought about quickly crossing over, but that became impossible. Because she became a rat. Oh my god. I ship them. Nameless boy and... I already forgot your name. Hinagiku. Hinagiku told me all about all that happened. I shut down. Ooh. As Hinagiku said, your murderous rage against Isao Tsukigami caused you to attack him with your blade while he was in the study. Your blade, though, couldn't harm the living. Ironic, isn't it? Wraths forget everything, but their anger caused them to become one. Such is the power of vengeance, of hate. Your hatred for Isao Tsukigami only intensified after that. Then one day, Hinagiku came up with an idea.
私が月神功を呪い殺します。
そんなことできないよ。だって俺たちは幽霊。
兄を見ていて気がついたのです。恨みが強ければ呪い殺すことも可能ではと。
That makes sense to me. It seems as though Kureha would be one day. It seems as though Kureha would one day be powerful enough to curse Isao Tsukigami.
相当の恨みじゃなきゃ。
自分を殺され、唯一の肉親である兄を殺され、何程度の恨みだと思っているのですか。私は兄のために耐えているだけです。私自身、兄に負けないほどの恨みを持っている。
In that moment, something black and sinister flowed from Hinagiku's body. I hugged her, trying to restrain her.
お願いだから。こらえてくれ。
Shit! I ship them so
あ
much.
りがとう。
Oh my god.
もうこらえきれないのよ。
だけど稲木ちゃんが月神功を呪い殺してもクレハさんが元に戻るかわからないじゃないか。いや元に戻ったって君が悪霊になっていたら。
兄の姿を見たでしょう。化け物のようなあの姿を。私が悪霊となっても私だと気づかないわ。そうなれば稲木君は成仏したのだと。あなたは成仏してね。安らかな世へ旅立って。
そんなことできるわけないだろう。俺が君をどう思ってるか。
Oh, God. Tomy, give me sprites. I want to draw fan art of them, but I can't.
ごめんなさい。
お願いだからやめてよ。月神功を殺す方法なら他にもあるはずだ。一緒に考えよう。
そうしているうちにも兄が月神功を殺してしまいます。そうすればきっと地獄へ連れて行かれてしまう。
地獄。
この世にも取り締まっている者たちがいると他の幽霊から聞いたの。
じゃあ君は。
聖者の頃から兄は私を一番に考え守ってきてくれた。だから今度は私が。
Kureha, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stop her.
お願い。私のことは知らせないで。ひなぎくが悪霊になったと言わないでいて。こんなこと頼んでしまってごめんなさい。
Then, with a faint
私
smile,
を愛してくれてありがとう。
a lone tear. A lone tear fell from Hinagiku's eye as he vanished into the shadow. She had turned into a rat. When he finished speaking, the boy gazed at Kureha.
あんたは月神功が呪い殺されたのを見ると急に意識を失ってさ、目を覚ましたのは月神功が死んで数日経ってからだった。驚くことにあんたは元の姿に戻っててさ、思ったんだけどあんたは悪霊化していたけどなりきれていなかったんじゃないかな。ついでに言うとあんたに記憶がなかったのは一度悪霊になったからと。
His voice quivered as he whispered her name. I rose and silently took Kureha's hand. Kureha, I hope you can come to terms with this. I prayed the words silently as I felt his hand. The boy's gaze lingered on Kureha, clouded by sorrow. Perhaps a part of him resented Kureha for forgetting all about Hinagiku. He must have struggled, honoring Hinagiku's wish while seeking for a way to bring her back. That reminds me. Where is she? Gathering my courage, I softly spoke to the boy. I gently spoke. The boy turned to me. Did Hinagiku go to hell? How was it she's able to come back here?
刑期を終えて戻ってきたんだ。罪を犯した幽霊にも等しく成仏をする権利は与えられるらしい。と言っても悪霊のままだったけど、罪を犯したことへの罰を与えるだけで更生まではしてくれないみたい。
I see. It would be probably better to ask Seiya.
自分を殺した人間を呪い殺したという正当性が認められてからそんなに長い間投獄されていなかったよ。まあそれは良かったんだけど、彼女を元に戻す方法を実行するのに時間がかかっちゃってさ。
Back to normal?
まずクレアさんにひなぎくちゃんを思い出させること。クレアさんには悪霊化せずに事実を受け止めてもらわないとならなかった。なぜなら彼女に呼びかけてほしいから。それができればひなぎくちゃんは元に戻ると思うから。
I was beginning to understand the plan. Kureha has been silent, but then turned to face the boy.
俺がひなぎくを取り戻す番だな。
Saying this, his grip on my hand tightened slightly. I'm so glad Kureha is taking this well.
俺思うんだ。ひなぎくちゃんもあの時のクレハさんと同じく完全には悪霊化していないんじゃないかって。だってひなぎくちゃんは他の幽霊を襲わないんだ。悪霊は寂しさに飢えて構ってほしいというように襲いかかるはずなのに。
I noticed that too. Once, another rat attacked me, crying out in loneliness. When Hinagiku attacked, she only pleaded for Kureha's memory to remain forgotten. So Hinagiku isn't lost to darkness yet. Until now, the hope bringing Hinagiku back seems bleak. Kureha's little sister. When they worked for the Tsukigami family, she was confined in the mansion by Isao Tsukigami and murdered. She became a rat for Kureha's sake and killed Isao Tsukigami. Since then, she's been wandering as Wrath, but she wasn't alone. A boy supported her. Oh, that's such a shit. Please. They're probably gonna cross over, but Kureha's gonna stay. I'm so glad we talked to the boy first. I renew my resolution for Sai.
だが今になってどうして俺に記憶を取り戻させた。
There was something I couldn't understand either. I'd always assumed it was to stop Kureha from turning into a rat. But why now? I looked back at the
ク
boy.
レアさんに大切な人ができたから。
Love's conquered all.
クレアさんを支えてくれる人が現れるのを俺はずっと待っていたんだ。支えがあればきっと悪霊化しない。こらえてくれると信じて。
So I was the reason.
俺の見立ては間違いじゃなかっただろう。
It filled me with joy to realize I've become a person who can support
ク
him.
レアさんが
Support
悪霊
him.
化しちゃったらひなぎくちゃんを救う手立てがなくなるからかなり慎重にはなっていたよ。だから本当によかった。ひなぎくのことを考
Kureha released my hand and stood up. Then he bowed to the boy.
ありがとう。ひなぎくを愛してくれていて。
For the first time, I saw Kureha act as the protective brother he was.
あんたと話すのは初めてだったけど、ちゃんとした人でよかったよ。
They're meeting their in-laws. Kureha looked up, encouraged by the boy's words.
あんたたちが来た時のためにって、ひなぎくちゃんは地下祭壇に閉じ込めてる。ひなぎくちゃんを頼む。俺じゃダメだったから。俺がいても足手まといにしかならない。だから俺は行かない。
No, you gotta come along. You love her. You gotta go. Huh? Before I could speak, Kureha placed his hand on the boy's shoulder.
行こう。
Mhm.
だがお前も一緒にだ。俺はいいよ。何も楽に立てないから。
You love her, don't you?
お前がひなぎくのそばにいてくれたから、悪霊となった後も自我を忘れずにいた。話を聞いて、俺はそう感じたんだから。
I agree. That's why we should stick together. We have to save Hinagiku. All of us.
ありがとう。一緒に行こう。
The three of us set off to the basement. Before descending into the underground altar, Kureha firmly reminded me, do not look into Hinagiku's eyes. Given her gaze would curse me, I was only in danger if our eyes met. I'm pretty sure that's right. At least, that's how it's been the whole time. Shortly after, we entered the dimly lit altar and, just as the boy mentioned, we found Hinagiku there. She didn't conceal her fury and started channeling negative energy towards me immediately. But why Misa? You got something against, like, someone being with your brother? But Kureha intervened.
ひなぎく。
For a moment, Hinagiku seized. It was as though her body was frozen in time. So part of her is still there.
ひなぎく。ちゃんと聞こえているんだろう。この兄の声が。
Her guttural cries resounded through the area.
ひなぎく。
Kureha's crying out her name seems to be pushing her back. He then grabs Hinagiku's hand.
ひなぎく。ひなぎく。正気に戻ってくれ。
It's the boy's turn to be the one who kisses. Go. I want a CG of the boy kissing Hinagiku. Hinagiku seems to struggle, trying to break free. I kept my eyes casted down to avoid her gaze. Then, somehow, Hinagiku's face came into my line of sight. What? Our eyes locked. She had contorted her body enough to enter my field of vision. Oh no. Kazu, help, brother. Kazu? Is that the name of the boy? Kazu? Words began to enter my head, cooked with screams I couldn't process. Kazla. No, Kazu. No, Kureha? No. I'm not screaming. Ah!
ひなぎく。やめてくれ。彼女を傷つけないでくれ。
Even though I could still hear Kureha. Oh no, I'm getting pulled in. At this rate, if things keep going on like this, I'll just be in the way. No, I want to stay by her side. I want to try. I want to help. In that moment, I accepted my death. Huh? A warm light enveloped me, turning the darkness in white.
この身に変えても。ママ、
Kureha?
意識を戻せ。ミサ、お前は
Okay.
生きているんだから。
I'm not dead yet. I can't die and join you in your world. I want to help you. I found myself floating. Unsure of what I was enveloped by warmth. This is Kureha's warmth. The warmth of my beloved. Who's there? I want to keep sleeping, but a warm sensation on my deep throat roused me. Kureha? Seeing him so close brought me to my sense. How? Kureha gave me a faint smile. I immediately sensed something was off. His breath, usually cold, felt warm. What have you done? Told me? Something's not right. Before I could respond, I noticed something about him had changed. Kureha, your body! I touched his face, confirming his presence. What have you done? What are you saying? Kureha didn't answer me. He merely continued to smile. I sensed Kureha was fading away. No! Wait! Please! Don't leave! The promise doesn't matter. Just stay. Stay here. With me. I kept calling out to him. Please, stay here. In this world. I couldn't bear the thought of watching him vanish. Even if I couldn't see or touch him, I needed him to still be there. Kureha, if you're not here with me, I'll lose myself. Kureha saved me from death. That must be why this is happening. He did something to save my life, which is why I felt warm from my lips. Think.
さっきの後では頼りなく思うかもしれないが、この魂にかけてお前を守ると約束する。俺も改めて約束しよう。魂にかけてお前を守ると。
No, not a piano! I hate this. I'm going to hate this piano OST. Oh, it's a love-hate thing. You know, when it starts playing, it's gonna get good. He repeated those words again. That was his answer. But as a member of the living, I too had a soul. Kureha tried to pull away, but he seemed weakened, and I managed to keep him close to me. I pressed my lips onto his, intending on breathing life, my soul, my very essence into him. Our tongue met, seeking to merge us together. I don't know how to do all of this. All I could do was hope from the bottom of my heart. Kureha, I need you. Death was not the end for me. With you by my side, it was just a new beginning. Slowly, I opened my eyes. Kureha's face before me. A wave of relief washed over me, seeing him there. It's going to be okay. It was more than relief. I felt a sense of weakness as I pulled it back from him. My time is near. A faint smile formed on my lips. Thank goodness. She'll be alright now. I'm so glad you don't have to disappear, Kureha. I'm sorry for doing this without permission, but you mean so much to me. Kureha shook his head. His expression was slightly puzzling, yet unmistakable. He was smiling. I felt the same way. It seems I too had lost my mind. Yet I felt no anguish, only a deep sense of peace. Mind if I rest for a little while? I'm feeling quite tired. Kureha embraced me gently, silently consenting. Freed from all the burdens, I slowly closed my eyes. Savoured the comforting warmth, comfort from his warm embrace. His love resonated through me, and with that, I heard my heart beat for the last time. Huh? Wait. There's too many things left unsaid in this ending. What happened? After falling asleep peacefully, I awoke in a world transformed. Since I was in the mirror, it took me a while to realize the mortal realm had restored. It seems that my spirit team away had intended cause the creation of that particular world, the normal life I've been seeking. The sight and sound I knew so well all returned. Yet this marked a new beginning for me. Lured into a strange new world. My time as a dead woman began 9 days later. Wait, what is this? Wait, is this a bad ending? Wait, what? Wait. This is new. Wait, is this just for Kureha's route? Or is it because I finished 4 routes, well, 2 like worlds, so now it unlocked the spirits? Like the board game and the blonde guy. The cat. Wait. Okay, wait. There's a lot of things left. This is loud. Okay, there's a lot of things left unsaid from that ending. Wait, what is it? Okay, so he died, right? Couldn't Hibiki, Yui, the boy, like, kind of help? Because, like, we saw in Senna's route that they could also give like, Misa the life flowing thing, right? So then, like, what happened to the sister? They didn't really say that. Like, did she die? Misa died. But what happened to the boy and Hinagiku? Also, why is this like no ending song? Just this. And we had like a special video. 싫어이네. My existence as a ghost was surprisingly peaceful, more so than my busy life when I was among the living. Though life was serene, finding inner peace was challenging. Did we get to meet Koyo? Kureha continued to visit Hinagi-ku, who remained wrapped in the underground altar, hoping to help her regain her sanity. Okay. I embarked on my own mission, to watch over those I cared about. My mom seems completely exhausted. Thankfully, my sister helped take care of her. Sayaka, on the other hand, was determined to uncover the truth behind my disappearance. Their life had been upended by the fact I'd suddenly vanished. How could I possibly make up to them? That was the only regret I had. You can use the hotline Mary to contact those you love. As days went by, there was always one thing that I eagerly anticipated. On a date with Kureha! Koyo! The day Kureha and I went near the station, he wanted to introduce me to a ghost outside of me. What kind of person is this friend of yours, Kureha? Modern? That's kind of hard to picture. I was surprised that Kureha had a ghost friend from outside the school. How did you two become friends? Oh, yeah. Koyo probably saw like all of the ghosts when he was in Narimi Haga, in the high school, right? Huh? So he can see ghosts? He seems like quite a character. Now you've piqued my interest. Kureha then firmly took my hand. I looked out to see that he was frowning at me. What's wrong? They're both the jealous type. I'm intrigued, but not like in the romantic way. Kureha, you're the only one for me. Are you seriously questioning my love? Don't worry, I'm not mad. I actually find his jealousy kind of endearing. Then I'll just have to keep showering you with even more love to keep those worries at bay. Mm-hmm. Oh. Kureha was referring to our last kiss back when I was still among the living. Yes, I want the same. We aimed to cross over together. I didn't know when our time would come, but I continued to hold out hope. We supported each other so we didn't turn into rafts as we waited for our time, so that we may pass to the other side in peace. Hey, show me Koyo. Show me Koyo. Hey, you can't threaten me with no. 9 bit. Oh wait, what? Oh. Wait, this is the heavenly ending, not the godly ending.
そばにいるなら俺が病むことはないがな。好きになってくれてありがとう。そばにいてくれてありがとう。愛しているぞ。
Wow. Wait, they can't just like hold like give me the promise of seeing Koyo and not even show me Koyo. Oh, I'm distraught. Okay. My favorite Kureha. Godly ending. Right? Godly ending? Yeah, godly ending. Really? I did the... Wow. Wait, I'm curious if the... Okay, wait. I'm curious if the... What do you call it? If the... Like, where... The sequel, like, continues off to. Like, are they continuing from... I can't speak and talk at the same time. Are they continuing from the godly or heavenly ending? High affection, I think, right? Chapter 6. I said on Blue Sky that my like ranking of the routes was Koyo, Kureha, Hibiki, and then Senna. But oh, I don't know. Both Koyo and Kureha are so good. I kind of feel like I don't know. Okay, I'll have to see this have a godly ending first to finally make a decision. If they continue from like the endings where Misa died, then I don't know how like they'll continue to play it off. Like both Senna and Kureha where Misa like died. Okay. He might be right. Kureha, if you haven't said that to me now, I might have never realized it. Things might have never happened exactly the way you worried about. I held Kureha's hand tightly and tried to smile. Thank you, Kureha. He sighed deeply and flashed me a relieved smile. I need to pull myself together, otherwise you'll keep worrying about me, even after we return to the mortal realm. With that, Kureha's eyes widened slightly. What was that? This is the same. Something. Also, where did he go? He's not in the mirror because the ref is in there. So like, where did he go? Where did he and Yui go? I need answers. Ah, okay. This is where I think it branches off to the godly ending. I can take care of myself, so you don't need the Khalifa flowers anymore. Kureha's worries were understandable. I'm confident that once we discover the name of the spirit in the Forbidden Room, this mark will disappear. All I can do now is try to fend off the wrath while keeping my own sanity. I can do so, so don't worry about me, okay? As he said this, he gently patted my head. I hope you do. As Miles met, I felt momentarily at ease. But I knew we had to get going. There's something else I need to ask Kureha. Okay. Think. I think credits is going to roll. But I wonder. She dies either ways? In both endings? Wait, I'm gonna rewatch this again. Infal's mirror, it took me a while to realize more people had been stored. It seems that my spirit came away. Incarceration. No, that was seeking. This is about the end now. Me having. I guess. What? Low affection? Sure. Not again. But yeah. Love interest wise though, I do know that Koyo is still number 1. Kureha is number 2 though. I'm sorry, Hibiki and Sen, I love you too, but... Wait. Crazy Poultry. Okay, it seems like there is a bad ending here. You know what? Sure, we'll do the bad endings as we go. I don't know where we're at. Chapter 6? Sleeping Implementing. The ghosts I've encountered so far, all the rumors about them were frightening, yet their true stories were all rather sad. With that in mind, maybe the ref didn't want me to uncover the truth because it would bring painful memories for them?
確かにそれはあるかもしれないな。あ、俺は別だが。
Right, you have no memories, huh, Kureha? Hmm? No memories? It sounds like there was something that seems important. Anyways, let's get back to the matter at hand. If my theory is correct, we should confront the ref directly. Digging into the rumors origin could antagonize it further.
確かにそうだけれど、とても危険よ。
ああ、話を聞いているうちに呪い殺される可能性がある。危ないからやめておけ。
But facing the things I feared is what allowed me to get this far in the first place. They both fell silent, appearing to accept the logic in my point.
ひとまず噂話を探しましょう。今あなたが提案してくれたものは最終手段として取っておくということで。
ああ、賛成だ。俺たちが隠密に動けばいい。どちらかは彼女についていよう。
The conversation had continued, and the two of them planned their next steps. Okay. Finally, they came up with a plan to learn more about the final wonder. It was also determined that it was safer for me to be alone because you had the sole key to the nurse office. Seeing as ghosts were unable to pass through walls in this world, by keeping the doors locked, I would be safe. Even so, it's frustrating to feel so powerless. I was scared, of course, but the inability to actively solve my own problems made me feel even worse. Then, I signed resignation. A knock on the nurse's office caused me to leap it up in fear. Maybe that's Kureha? Since you was the only one with the key, it had to be Kureha. Rising, I made my way towards the door. I kept hearing the knocks. The same question was repeated over and over. The sound didn't stop even when I covered my ears. The questions were repeated in the robotic suggestion over and over. I felt as though my mind was going to shatter like glass. Someone, please, come quickly. I felt pitiful for wishing that. This must be the voice of the wrath echoing inside my brain. Yes, in that case, perhaps the best option would be to open the door. But my whole plan depended on whether or not the ref would actually listen to me. There's only one way to find out. I was afraid of leaving her alone, but I knew I had to overcome this fear. And so, I gathered up the courage and headed for the door. Reaching out for the lock, I unlocked it with a loud click. The door was open from the outside, and I glided through this opening. As expected, it was the same wrath as before. She was so tall I had to look up to her face, and her eyes was filled with dreadful despair. It was the first time I was able to see her face to face. My throat was dry, but I managed to muster up the courage to speak to her. I wanted to talk. Can you tell me about you? My voice was shaking. My knees were buckled, and I felt myself unable to stand much longer. The ref said nothing to me as he reached out to me. Before I knew it, I was being strangled and slowly being lifted off the floor. I I tried to break free, but she was too strong. I found resistance. I felt her grip tighten even more. No, 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 no. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Hanging in midair. Well, continue. Because I saved, because I'm smart. I think it's this one, right? Where am I? Maybe she doesn't want to come back. Hold his hand. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay, that's new. Wait, what? What's this new? What exactly do you mean by that? You, no way, he heard me? But after that conversation...
怪談話は学校でするものではないぞ。本人が聞いていた場合、目をつけられてしまうからな。
So you've been watching me ever since then?
なあ、心揺さぶられる言葉をもらって、お前に興味が湧いてしまってな。俺のことをかわいそうと言っただろう。
Oh. I don't know. I just feel bad for him. I mean, since he died, he's been wandering searching for his memories. It's sad. I don't think he can hear me. I'm sorry. It mustn't sound very rude.
失礼なんかじゃない。俺にとって嬉しい言葉だったんだからな。
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It means a lot to me when you remember that you remembered.
そう言える聖者はお前くらいのものだろうな。
I guess you're right. So he really does know about me. Joy filled my heart, filling me with a new sense of comfort.
俺が呼びかけたら、戸に耳をつけろ。お前の名をささやくから。
Dimitri is on my lap, like a cat. I don't know. Dimitri is like a cat. I mean, he is named after the leaders of Blue Lions. Sleepy. Apparently, I'm supposed to save here for a bad ending. I did both of them. 3, 4, 4. What's 4 supposed to be for? Save 4. Oh no, this is to the heavenly thing. Okay, so no. He might be right. So this is where it branches off for the heavenly ending, huh? I have feelings for you too. And then this next one is where the bad ending. Five. Isao Tsukigami is dead. Isao Tsukigami is dead. He reacted to it. Yes, he's no longer here anymore. The color of Kureha's eyes and the aura surrounding him suddenly changed, and in that moment, boy, I felt a sharp pain in my back. Then I slumped to the floor. Did I cause him to go mad? I felt a burning sensation well up in me. Where did I go wrong? I didn't go wrong. I did it right the first time. In my final moments, I thought of his smile. As I thought the memories of who he once was, the flame in my life was extinguished. Hungry. I don't know. Hunger. Okay. Let's rewind. Yeah, I'm trying to read it. They saw 6. I can protect myself. Kureha always puts me first, and I'm grateful for him for doing that. It's his kindness that made me fall in love with him. I gently let him go. Thank you. I'll always remember how kind you were to me, and if I hold on to these feelings, even if I can't sense you, as long as I have my memories of you, my heart will stay strong. Because I love you, from the bottom of my heart. Kureha looked at me, surprised, then smiled warmly. He took my hand and kissed it softly. His cool, gentle breath felt comforting as it grazed the back of my hand. I love you, truly. Kureha led me by the hand as we stepped into the hallway. Credits supposed to roll. No. I can't give up now. I made a vow to Kureha and myself to guard my mind. My vision grew hazy as I fought to stay conscious. I realized the boy from before was supporting me. Meanwhile, Kureha was attempting to restrain Hinagiku. I'm sorry.
ここから離れよう。さあ早く。
Without waiting for my response, he began guiding me up the stairs. Even as we ascended, the sound of Hinagiku's anguished cries and Kureha calling her echoed behind us. While climbing, I tried to steady my thoughts, contemplating the curse from Hinagiku who had infiltrated my mind. In those moments, I thought I heard the whispers of a delicate girl. The boy helped me all the way to the library. Then he brought over a chair and had me sit down. Thank you. You saved
ごめ
me.
んなさい。俺がもっと気を配っていれば。
It was my own fault. I thought I was being cautious, but I ended up looking directly into her eyes. Despite this, the boy appeared distressed. Feeling any attempt to comfort him might be futile. I simply told him what was on my mind. But I did come to one realization. While receiving the curse, I heard a voice whispered in my ear. Yes, Hinagiku was among them. And among those voices was a girl. Just a guess, but I think it might be the voice of Hinagiku's consciousness.
本当。
He moved closer suddenly, but I couldn't help to chuckle to myself. I think she was singing like this. Brother, please help.
それクレハさんのことだ。 よかった。
And she's probably gonna be like,
よかった。
she also mentioned Kazuma. Is that someone's name? Kazuma and Hinagiku. Aww. The boy's face froze, his gaze drifting.
それ俺。お前。
Aww. Kazuma. The boy by the name of Kazuma fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. The boy who worked as a servant for the Tsugigami family. Just like Hinagiku, he was also imprisoned in the mansion and then murdered. When alive, he was fond of Hinagiku. Perhaps it was thanks to Kazuma's earnest feelings. Perhaps it was thanks to Kazuma's earnest feelings. Hinagiku was able to prevent from becoming wrath.
覚えてくれて。
He loves you!
ヤギくん。
There were tears of joy. I could tell his heart was filled with love and relief. I reached into my pocket, pulling out a handkerchief, and offered it without a word. Kazuma looked up, thanking me, and accepted it. Suddenly, Kureha burst into the room.
大丈夫かミサ。
Yes, I'm fine. How's Hinagiku?
今も地下にいる。どう声をかけても狂ったように叫ぶだけでは。扉を閉めてきたからここには来ない。
Kazuma, you gotta get in there. Go kiss her. Go kiss her, boy. Then let's try again. This time, with both you and Kazuma calling out to her. I looked at Kazuma, who nodded back at me. In his eyes, I saw a flicker of hope. This time, it might just work. This might be our final attempt. I'm not sure if my body can endure much more. Kureha seemed to speak, then stopped himself. Kureha?
俺を信じてここで待っていてくれないか。
Huh?
お前がいるとヒナギクが呪いを飛ばす。それは避けたいんだ。
Kureha. His concern touched me, but we couldn't leave the other realm and return to the mortal realm without me being here. I understand. I trust you and wait. I'll trust you and wait. But let me keep an eye on you from a distance.
ありがとう。必ずヒナギクを正気に戻す。そうすればお前の呪いは解けて会話をすることもできるだろう。
I guess Kureha already thought of this. I felt reassured he had considered every angle. But of course he would. His sole focus this whole time was always getting me back home safely. Yes. Then, without delay, we all sprung into action. As directed, I hid behind the shadows in the stairway and watched silently over them. Hinagiku still looked restless as she moved with her eyes scanning every direction. She would have noticed me if I wasn't careful. Nervously, I made sure to remain out of sight. Kureha and Kazuma approached Hinagiku, and she immediately ran away with her back to the wall. The fear displayed by the wrath was proof that Hinagiku's consciousness was still intact. Otherwise, she would have just immediately attacked them.
Hinagiku, 聞いてくれ。俺は。
Hinagiku's piercing screams overpowered any words Kureha attempted to convey. I trusted Kureha not to succumb to become a wrath yet, and yet perhaps the flood of memories tormented him as well. Hinagiku darted towards Kazuma and seemed to seek refuge behind him, but Hinagiku raised her gaze to meet Kazuma's and slowly turned her attention back to Kureha.
Hinagiku!
He gently grasped Hinagiku's hand, causing her to shake intensely.
俺はすべて記憶を取り戻した。あの時のことをすべてずっと忘れていてごめん。お前に寂しい思いをさせてごめん。
Kureha delivered those words to Hinagiku with patience and sincerity.
俺は正常だ。悪霊化しない。もう心配しなくてもいいんだ。
I hope Hinagiku will understand. I put my hands together and prayed from the shadows.
寂しい思いはもうさせない。
Hinagiku, please.
ずっとお前のそばにいるよ。
Please listen to Kureha's words.
だから目を覚ましてくれ。
Please, see him with your own eyes.
そうだ。お前の兄だ。
And then a radiant light filled the underground altar, and the oppressive darkness seemed to vanish. As the light faded, the warmth was gone. Instead, the wrath was gone. Instead, a beautiful glowing orb floated gently in its place.
ひなぎく。
お兄さん、ありがとう。思い出してくれて本当にありがとう。ずっと会いたかったです。ひなぎくと呼んでほしかった。
ひなぎく。来るのが遅れてごめん。お前を思い出せずに。俺は。
ひなぎくは嬉しいのです。だからどうか謝らないでください。
What a relief. I'm so happy for them.
カズマさん、
ひなぎくちゃん。
ありがとう。カズマさん、あなたがいつもそばにいてくれたから、私は暗闇の中でもわずかに自分を保てていました。苦しくて辛くて、自分のすべてを黒に染めようとした時もありました。でもあなたの存在が私を助けてくれました。本当にありがとう。
俺はひなぎくちゃんのそばにいたくてそうしていただけだよ。戻ってきてくれて嬉しい。
Gradually, the boys' form began to fade. They're both crossing over.
俺を愛してくれているなら一緒にいてくれない？
ええ、もちろんです。すぐに行き
goodbye to Kureha? After the boy disappeared, Kureha approached Hinagiku.
ひなぎく会わせたい人がいるか
Hearing this, I stepped forward, a bit anxious.
あなた様
I...
に謝りたかったのです。苦しめてしまいました。本当にごめんなさい。
Do you remember everything?
うっすらとですが、あなた様のことをお兄さんが守ってくれていて本当に良かったです。
Though I couldn't see her face, her voice was warm and genuine. There's no need for apologies. I understand, Hinagiku.
ありがとうございます。
The horse seems to bow gently towards me. Seeing that, I couldn't help but smile. And so, I proceeded to ask her. I've been meaning to ask your name. Well, I guess I already know it, but I want to hear it from you. I need to restore this place to go back to the mortal realm. Sorry if this isn't a good
詳
time.
しい事情はわかりませんが、あなた様の頼みとあらば、
After a brief pause, Hinagiku spoke.
私の名前はひなぎく。あなた様のおかげで兄と会えました。心から感謝します。お兄さん、私はカズマさんの元へ参ります。後で来るのを待っていますね。お兄さんが来るのは先になりそうですから。
Huh?
相変わらずお前は里いやつだなあ先に行っていてくれおそらく俺が行くのはあと何十年か
After seeing that, Kureha turned to me.
ここで彼女を待ち共に行く
I suspected Kureha intended to wait until my life ended before crossing over. Actually, I'm sure that's exactly what he intended to do. He'd watch over me in life and then join me when my time
お二
came.
人とも待っています。
Aww. Gradually, Hinagiku faded away. Then, it was just the two of us. Kureha came closer and extended his hand with a warm smile. I reciprocated and smiled. I cannot English. And smiled. I reciprocated the smile and accepted his hand. Then, after exiting the mirror, Kureha mentioned a place he wanted to visit, so we headed to the nurse's office. Saying he didn't want to intrude on my goodbyes, he waited at the entrance instead. Yu was inside of the nurse's office. I told her everything that had happened.
成し遂げることができて本当に良かった。最後お手伝いできなくてごめんなさい。
No, you've been a huge help. Thank you for everything. I grabbed her hand. Yu tried to pull back, but I held on tight. Don't worry, Yui. There's no darkness in you. We may live in different
友
worlds.
人よ。
She finished my sentence before I could. If I was Misa, I would join the, what's it called? The nurse office committee so I could be with you. Together, we both laughed. No fair. You can't interrupt me and say it first. I was doing a thing. I'll be supporting you, Yui. I want you to let go of your regrets. I don't want to see you still here when I get here.
ありがとう。とっても嬉しいわ。私も陰ながらあなたを見守っているから。
Our smiles met as we parted. After leaving the nurse's office, I glanced up at the central stairway with a large mirror. Hibiki. Since he hadn't returned, I couldn't bid him farewell, but my time was almost up. Thank you, Hibiki. We're just not gonna say goodbye, okay? Where is he? At the entrance, I found Kureha waiting for me. Kureha. I called his name, and he responded with a warm smile. This is it. Our final moment together. Suppressing such thoughts, I pulled together the sheet with the corpse flower illustrated on. I'm about to look at the printout. I think all the flowers should be colored in now. I unfolded the sheet, and just as I suspected, the flowers were all colored in. With a fleeting instant, I thought I saw the corpse flower quiver. They were only pictures, but for a moment, they seemed almost alive. Silently, I brought the sheet closer to my face. You don't have to wait for me. You can cross over. I'll meet you on the other side.
それが待たなくてはいけなくてな。新たな心残りができてしまったんだ。それはお前と共にあること。
I have a feeling things would turn out this way. I said nothing and merely smiled at him. Tears filled with a mixture of joy and sorrow clouded my eyes. Thank you for loving me, Kureha.
これからもお前を見守り、愛していく。待っているぞ、ミサ。
Tears rolled down my cheek, but not from sorrow, but overwhelming joy. Until we meet again, this feeling will remain in my heart. I truly love you. Kureha gently wiped away my tears as I savored this final tender touch from him. I thought there's supposed to be one more bad ending here.
このぬくもり、肌の感触、俺への視線、そのすべてを忘れないでおかないとな。
Indeed, he should. Keep those memories close. Who knows? I might end up living for a long time.
お前がどんな人生を送るか楽しみに見ているぞ、ミサ。忘れるな。嬉しい時、悲しい時、どんな時も俺がそばにいるということをずっとお前に寄り添っていく。お前の幸福を願いながら。
Absolutely. I'll never forget. Even if I can't see you, Kureha, I know you'll be there. You're the only one for me, Kureha. I can't be with anyone else. And with your love, I know you'll never feel lonely.
申し訳ないが、そうしてもらうか。
A gust blew from the printout in my hand, and I was enveloped with the scent of flowers. It looks like our time is up.
また会う時まで待っている。人生を楽しんでこい。
No. Yes, here I go. As if on cue, the printout began to glow just as I finished speaking. No, don't be parted. No, don't go. I'm happy. I feel like Koyo's style is more focused on yeah, it is like the two of them. But then Kureha's style has also the extra romance from Azuma? No. Kazuma. From Kazuma and Hinagiku. So there's like an extra touch of things. Oh, and the cafeteria girl. I love 9-Rip so much. Wait, I thought this was supposed to be not a bad ending. Wait for credit to finish. They fall sick. Yo! This is why I don't look at guides when I play. I think I have an idea of what the bad ending is. Um. Fun. I will say um, this like mystery thing. Well, not mystery. Like this divine evocation incident. This story of it reminds me of Yatsume God. So if you like it, definitely play Yatsume God. I love 9-Rip! Wait, why is the golly ending called 9-Rip though? That's what I'm curious about. In like 9 days and then she died. Yay, yay, yay! Upon returning to the mortal realm, I was greeted by daylight for the first time in ages. Its brilliance made me squint. I'm back. I was suddenly overwhelmed by profound exhaustion. And at the same time, hunger and sleepiness overtook me, prompting me to collapse on the spot. I feel too weak to move. I was certain that Kureha was still nearby, anxiously watching over me. I longed to get off the floor, but my body had reached its breaking point and refused. That voice. Is it my teacher? Yo, what's up? I'm back. Footsteps hurried over me, and I felt my teacher lifting me up. Thank goodness. My teacher's words showed that I had indeed returned to my former life. Then everything faded black. I was taken to the hospital and was made to stay a few days. I received many tests, but the doctor couldn't find anything wrong with my health. The mark on my face was completely gone. When Himanikiku regained her sanity at the altar, I felt the darkness dissipate, so I assumed the mark disappeared then. It was fine up to that point, as expected, but as expected, I had been considered missing, and I was then found 9 days later. My mother, sister, and Sayaka all scolded me. They all cried. They looked at me funny when I said it was caused by a god. But unlike the others, Mom blamed herself. It must have been because I didn't listen to you during that phone call. She wasn't completely wrong. Was this what the god wanted? After I was discharged from the hospital, things calmed down. I was surprised when Mom told me I was free to choose whatever school I wanted. It seems almost disappointing because I'd made up my mind, was ready to fight. And for the time being, it seems that strange chapter of my life has come to an end. As the classroom glowed with orange hue, Karakara, sounds of his blade. This was the true story of Karakara. At the school during sunset, Karakara continues to roam. My beloved. At Narimigahama High. They say there are 7 wonders who have lived for generations in the school. He is one of them. In the twilight, as the sun casts its afterglow on the school, he stands by my side, with a smile warming my heart, watching over me. Girl, you won't believe what happened. I smiled, and Sayaka, who had been listening, smiled back at me. Then when I had finished my time at the hospital, I returned to school and told Sayaka all that strange thing I had experienced. My mom is calling. Wait. When I finished my time at the hospital, I returned to school and told Sayaka about all the strange events I've experienced. Sayaka believed every word, though I always knew she would. It was one of her fascinations with the occult actually proved useful.
しかし思い悩んでいると神隠しに遭うっていうのは本当だったんだな。私もそのうち会うかも。
You can find yourself a ghost boyfriend too. Did you say something?
なんでもない。
Is this going to be like the plot of the what's it called? The sequel?
それよりもさ、あなたのおかげで学校の七不思議が減っちゃったってことだよね。
Yeah, I suppose. But they've crossed over, so it's for the best. Oh, the girl's toilet mystery is gone now. That morning, I placed a caramel down as an offering for Hanako. I hope she received it.
確かに成仏はとても喜ばしいことだよね。っていうか、願いを叶える本が本当にあるのがかなりびっくりだよ。頑張って探してみようかな。
Okay. 20. Okay. It won't be so easy. It's more of an It won't be so easy. It was more of an exception in my case.
環境的にそうだったんだろうね。あ、でもさ、あなた願いを叶えてもらわなかったんだね。
Huh? No, the book told me its name.
それは願いに含まれないんじゃない？だってあなたの名前と引き換えだったんだから。
We still have a wish. Oh, and then we wish to see Kureha. Is that how? I do have a wish. I want to know your name.
これは驚いた。わしの名を知りたい人間がいるとは。悪いが、それは願いの範疇ではない。あやかしは特別な契約でもなければ、あまり名を口にしない。
I never realized it, but Sayaka, you're right.
といけない。塾の時間。みーさん、また明日ね。あ、今度から思い悩む前に相談してよ。私っていう親友がいるの？
Right. I'll be sure to get your advice next time, Sayaka. I always feel better when I talk to you, and I'm sure things will get better. I acknowledged Sayaka's words, and she responded with a smile.
変えちゃうよ。あなたからモヤモヤを消すから。
Sayaka swung her bag over her shoulders, ready to leave the classroom. She then paused at the door and turned back to me.
ねえ、明日私の話も聞いてくれる？
Of course. I'll be here. I'm here listening anytime.
ありがとう。私もあなたに聞いてもらえれば変化を受け入れられる気がする。それじゃバイバイ。
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Take care. I watched Sayaka leave, then turn around to the now quiet classroom. Kureha, did you catch that? With that thought, I began to pack up. I left the classroom and headed to the library. It's time to start thinking about which school I'm going to go to. I was unsure about what I wanted to do in the future. Well, at least I have time to figure it out. Thanks to everything I've experienced, I was able to have a different mindset. I met the dead and learned the joy of living. My future was open with possibilities. I wanted to embrace life without regrets. Reaching the library, I noticed a shelf filled with university pamphlets. I guess I should take a look at those. Did I hear something? Curious, I turned towards the sound and... Kureha? Oh. There it was, the red book. The one that granted wishes on the floor of the library. No way. Tentatively, I reached out and picked it up. Could it be it's seriously going to wish now, since it didn't before? My hand shaking, I opened the cover. The pages, blank and unmarked, offered no clues to its intent. But soon, words slowly began to materialize on the page. I didn't grant your wish before. Now it's the time. A brush materialized above the book. Now, your wish. I wish to see Kureha. It's just like before. Swallowing hard, I took the brush in hand. My wish. Bad ending is to see spirits. Why? Is it because Kureha's not a spirit, huh? Okay. I want to see spirits. I inscribed those words in the book and immediately they faded away. Then both the brush and the books vanished into the air, thin air. Uh-huh. Could it be a wish beyond its power to grant? Maybe it's time to head back home. The whole ordeal sidetracked me from considering my school options, so I simply left the library. Then, as soon as I got to the hallway... This is a bad ending? Hello! Yui? I rubbed my eyes and looked again. So either she's visiting Kureha or Yui. Oh my god, okay. Kureha's route is... Ooh, maybe above Koyo's now. Oh my god. Yui? I nodded. And Yui collapsed on the spot. I guess even ghosts can pass out. Wait, I shouldn't be thinking about that now. I tried to touch her, but my hand suddenly passed through her. I can't do it like before. I was panicking on what to do, then when... I heard a familiar voice from far away, and came running. Kureha! I can see him too! That's right, I made a wish to the book and... Yo, why wasn't Kureha with us then, huh? I explained what had happened, and Kureha listened to my every word. Wait, that's so selfish. Why is the godly ending only see Kureha? I want to be able to see Yui too, okay? I'm sorry. Thank you. Mm-hmm. This ending is better than the heavenly ending. Hi, Koyo! Hi, Koyo! I saw someone unfamiliar next to Kureha. Hi, Koyo! Oh, alright, I understand. So this person's not a ghost? I felt a strange uneasiness and I looked around, and then... Hibiki! Seiya? Why is everyone gathered? Hello? I saw Hibiki, and next to him was Seiya. Yo, why? Stop! Why are you guys all ganging up on me? I don't like it. What's going on? There was another man wearing a kimono. Why is everyone here? Whoa, step back. I'm scared. Ah. Behind him was a mysterious floating boy who continued to stare at me. I guess this is because Kureha has the the poster boy. So now they're introducing all of the love interests. Behind him was a mysterious floating boy who continued to stare at me. God! Maybe I overdid it with my wish. I regretted it a little. No, don't regret it. I regretted it a little, but the joy of being able to meet Kureha again was more than... Wait. I regret it a little bit, but the joy of being able to meet Kureha again more than made it up for me. I wonder how things will be from now on. A lively yet bizarre new line. I had a feeling that there would be more strange things to come, but I found myself looking forward to it. After all, I've grown to get used to living with spirits. I chuckled to myself as I ran after Kureha. Why is this a bad ending? Not a bad ending, a green ending. A strange time again. This is my favorite ending of all time. The Minami and Sena didn't appear, and the... what's his name? I don't remember his name. The Ken guy. I love this ending so much. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Koyo. You're second now. Like, your route is second. Route order, Kureha, Koyo, Hibiki, Sena. That was good. Allow me to see Kureha. I inscribed those words in the book, and immediately they faded away. Then both the brush and book vanished into thin air. Could it be a wish beyond granting its power to grant? Maybe it's time to head home. The whole ordeal sidetracked me considering my school option, and I simply left the library. As I walked towards the main entrance, my mind wandered through a myriad of thoughts. Maybe seeing Kureha was too much to ask for, but what if I had chosen a different wish? That sound. I definitely felt a strange presence, and with it, a sudden chill. We're back at it. That voice. I spun around to see the very same person I longed to see. Kureha! Tears well out in my eyes. It really is Kureha. I yearned to call out to him, but words failed me, trapped in my throat. He is saying the same thing as Yui. He got it all wrong. Overwhelmed with emotions, I couldn't help but laugh. A torrent of pent-up feeling came bursting up front. I'm crying because I can see you, Kureha. Yes, clear as day. I missed you, Kureha. That's right. Looks like I've sparked another miracle. Kureha took another step towards me. Yes, me too. I reached my hand out to him, but my hands merely passed through him. But that was fine. At least we could talk to another and gaze into each other's eyes. Then, that in itself was a miraculous dream. And from there on out, I would pursue a life I truly wanted. Aww. Wait, the godly ending. I thought before the heavenly endings were always better. Oh no. Okay, no. Wait.
まさか見えるようになるとは思ってもみなかったぞ。あんなに驚いたのはお前と初めて話した時以来だ。お前には本当にびっくりさせられる。しかしこれからが楽しみだな。そうだ、再会してから言っていなかったな。あの時よりも愛している。これからもこの思いは膨らんで 全て受け止めてくれよ。いいな。
Aww. Okay, I think for Koyo, I like his heavenly more. Senna, I like his godly more. Kureha, I like the godly better, but the not godly ending. Hibiki, what was his ending? This graduation one, or what was the other ending? Oh my god, Hibiki. What's Hibiki's other ending? I remember the graduation one, but I don't remember the other ending. Did I not do his other ending? I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah. Well, the next time we're on 9-rip, we are going to hell. Yay! We're going to hell next. Yay! I wonder if the other option has opened. No, I think I have to finish the hell route next. So we are going to go see the freaky guys. But yeah, I'm excited. But, yeah. Well, 4 out of 9 routes done. Yeah! 9-rip is so good. If I'm not streaming 9-rip, I would have like long finished it by now. But I want to like record